Hello, my darlings. You are welcome to Fanny Matt YouTube channel. If you are just stopping by, do well to subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notification bell so you will get notified whenever I upload new video. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a senator wear. Okay, I already have a senator wear on my channel, but some people complain that the video is too fast, so I decided to make another one. So today I'll be making this senator outfit for my son. I also have a video of how to take the measurement of a senator wear on my channel. So please do well to watch that video before you come and watch this one. The video of this trouser has already been uploaded on my YouTube channel, so do well to watch the video. So the first thing we are going to do, I already have my fabric folded. As you can see, this fabric is folded by the chest measurement, and I have 1 inch extra for sewing allowance. So, and this fabric is folded into 2. So you can use 1 inch for your sewing allowance, or you can use 1.5 inches for your sewing allowance. So it depends on what works for you. So now this fabric I have on this table, I have 2 fabrics here. One is for the front and the other one is for the back. So this one for the front, the same length I have, you can see the back one is folded, the longer one is for the back, while this short one is for the front. So I'm taking this slow so that you guys can follow up. This will be the cutting video. So I don't want to put the sewing video with this one so that it will not be too long, so that you can follow through. So now this front one I'm working on, the length I have here is the shirt length, which is the senator length, plus extra 3 inches for my hemming allowance. Let me repeat that again. The length of the shirt, you have to add 3 inches sewing allowance to hem the lower part of the senator wear. So you can see this length is 20 inches, but its top length is 17 inches. So I'm adding that extra 3 inches to it. You understand? That is for this short one. Now for the back one, I added 3 inches extra to give me the back length. So if this front length, total length for the front one I'm working on is 20 inches, that means the total length for the back one will be 23 inches. So now I'm going to place, you can see the width is the same thing. So make sure you place it on top of it like so, and make sure that upper part aligns perfectly. So this part is the closed part, which is the center front and center back. So this other part that is open, I'm going to measure 2 inches on that part for the shoulder slant. So now I will slant this to the tip of the outfit like so. The shoulder slant is what I'm marking here now, 2 inches. So if you are making for a bigger child, maybe like 10, 11, 12, you can do 2.5 inches for the shoulder slant, but my baby is a little boy, so I'm doing 2 inches for the shoulder slant. So now after slanting, you drag the front one downward like so, and make sure that side aligns. So after doing that, just fold this longer part. You can see this part that is long is the back part. Fold it on top of the front one like so. And when you are folding this, make sure you fold it on top of the front one by half of an inch. This half of an inch folding we are folding here now becomes the sewing allowance that will be on the shoulder. And the reason why we are folding this back one to the front is because the back is always higher than the front for the senator wear. Okay, so now I'm dividing his shoulder measurement by 2. So I'll be placing his shoulder measurement like so at the upper part. You can see what I'm doing here. Plus I added half an inch sewing allowance. So now I'm measuring the armhole circumference for this child. So now this armhole part I'm marking now, this part becomes his chest line. You can see this part becomes his chest line. So because I'm making a short sleeve and he's a little boy, I don't want his sleeve to be too tight. I want him to be comfortable. I decided to go down by half of an inch. Okay. The armhole for a long sleeve and short sleeve is not the same. So now I'm inputting the shoulder measurement on that part and I'm going to rule this to get a straight line. You can see what I have like so. So once I'm done doing that, our armhole is not straight. So I'm going to divide that armhole into 2 and I'll mark the center point like so. So you can come in by 1 inch or 0.75. So you can do 1 inch, okay? So after marking that 1 inch, you just curve it like so. You curve it to meet the shoulder. You can see what I have here. So this becomes my armhole circumference measurement. So now I'm inputting the chest measurement like so, and that's 1 inch for my seam allowance. So when you are making senator wear is not supposed to be too tight, whether you are making this for an adult or a small child. So my baby's chest measurement is 21 inches. I added extra 5 inches to his chest measurement because I want the outfit to be free so that he will be comfortable in it. Okay, so that's the measurement I have on the fabric. So I'm just going to cut out the armhole now. So once I'm done cutting this armhole, we'll move over to the neck width. So for a little child, I'll be using 2 inches for his neck width. So you can see the shape that I have. I'm using my hand to show you. That's the shape. So now I'll be marking 2 inches like so. 2 inches from the upper part. So the neck circumference I'm going for is 14 inches. So I'm just going to curve it like so. You can see what I'm doing. So once I'm done curving, I'll place my tape like so and I'll measure around that circumference. So I notice that I don't have my 14 inches. So because this fabric is actually on fold, that means my neck width will be 7 inches. By the time I open up, I will get my 14 inches round. You understand? So now I've still not gotten my 7 inches for the neck. So I'm going to check it again. Now I've gotten the 7 inches for the neck width. So now I'm going to raise the front up. Don't cut both the back and front together. Raise the front up like so. And then you trim out the front neckline. You trim it all the way to meet the back. So once you trim like so, you open the back part up, the part that overlaps to the front. Trim out this excess. You can see this part that is still slant on the neckline. Don't leave it like that. Just trim it straight So you can see what I have. So now this becomes my accurate neckline. Okay, so when I open up the back, this is what the back looks like. And when I open the front, this is what the front looks like. So I'm going to keep the back aside. Let's work on the front. So now I'm going to open the neckline, the part for the neckline. I'll be using 6 inches for the opening. So I just mark 6 inches like so. And I'm going to slash this open till I get to that 6 inches point. If you don't open this part very well, your child will find it difficult to pass his neck through. So you can see the way I'm placing my scissors. Just notch it a little like so at that 6 inches point mark. So now that I've opened up, you can see what that notch part looks like. You can see, I hope you can see this clearly. So you can see what that notch part look like. Make sure you don't overdo it, just a little, like 1/4 inch. So once I'm done doing this, we are going to move over to making of the placket. So for this opening, we need 2 plackets. One will be a small placket and the other one will be the longer placket that everybody can see. Okay, so now the first one I'll be cutting out is the small placket. Don't forget that the opening I have on this my senator wear that we slashed open is 6 inches. So now I'll be cutting 7 inches, a little extra. Okay, you can always trim off. So if you cut exact 6 inches, it might be too short. So cut like 7 inches. You understand? So now I'm trying to measure my 7 inches. So I'm marking 2 inches on this my 7 inches fabric that I've cut. So 7 inches length, 2 inches width, you can see. So once I'm done doing that, I'm just placing to be sure that what I'm doing is correct. So I'm going to fold this like so. I will give it a good press. I'll place the 2 tips facing each other, not on top of each other. Place the 2 tips facing each other, or let me say kissing each other. Okay, then I'll now give it a good press. Make sure that the tip, you have to do this all the way to the end of the 7 inches fabric. So make sure you are giving this a very, very good press. So don't rush. If you are a beginner, don't rush all this process. Just take it one step at a time. One step at a time. So now that this part is folded and neatly ironed, you will take one part of it and you fold it again like so. But this time around, you will make sure that this folding does not get to the end. Okay, make sure that the folding does not get to the end. And then you give it a good press. So now I'm done with the short placket. I will keep it aside. So for the long placket, this long placket is 3 inches wide. You can see 3 inches wide. And for the length, you can do whatever length you like. But make sure that whatever placket you are making should not pass the belly button. It can stay on top of the belly button or a little above the belly button. It should not be longer than the belly button. So this is 3 inches. How long you want yours to be depends on you. So you need to measure that. So I have 3 inches in total. So now I'm folding 1 inch. You can see I'm folding 1 inch. On the wrong side of this my 3 inches placket, I ironed my interfacing. I used stay for this interfacing. Okay, I use stay for this because this boy is a little child and I don't want anything that will be too hard. Okay, I don't want anything that will make him feel uncomfortable. So that is why I used stay. So if you are making this for a bigger child, make sure that you cut out 1 inch collar gum. You put that 1 inch collar gum at the center of this placket. At the center of this placket, after you are done folding it like so, and you are done ironing it, you will now open the center point. I'm going to show you shortly what I'm talking about. You will open the center like so. You put that 1 inch placket inside. Okay, if you are making for a bigger child or an adult, that's what you will do. So now I'm trimming out the excess like so at the back. This is so that when I'm joining this placket to my fabric, so that that part will not be too bulky. So now the length that you need for this, you make sure that that part that you trimmed is where we stop at that 6 inches opening that we have on the outfit, on the front part. You understand it? That part that you cut out, that you trimmed, you just trimmed a little out. So that part is where you will sew. You can see the shape. That's where you will sew to the 6 inches opening. So after I'm done doing all of the folding and everything, I decided to go with 10 inches for my son's placket. So you can see me cutting out the excess. So you can see. So now I'm going to keep that aside. We are done with the front. Let's move over to the back. So we are cutting facing for the back. So how to get your facing? Make sure you fold your fabric into two and make sure you give it a good press. You need that center point for the placket to be ironed. Okay, so you can see the excess. You can see that this facing button did not get to the armhole. You can see that it did not get to the armhole. So that is how yours should be. It did not get to the end of the armhole. It's just like is a little more than halfway. Okay, so make sure yours did not get to the armhole, to the end of the armhole as well. So once you are done cutting, this is what your facing should look like. This is the shape you will have. So on the wrong side of this placket, I'm going to iron my interfacing. So I'll be using stay. If you use paper gum, or what do you call it, is going to squeeze. So do not use paper gum. Use stay for it. So once you are done giving it a good press, trim out the excess. This is the facing for the back. If you check any senator wear, you are going to see this facing at the back of the senator wear. So I'll trim out the excess, and the next thing that I'm going to do is to fold the end of this senator wear. So I'm just making sure that my stay lays very flat and neat. So you can see me folding half of an inch upward like so. So once I'm done pressing, I'll fold it together so that to make sure that everything is equal. So now go ahead and fold your facing, fold it into two and give that center point a good press. You need that part, you need the crease line. Okay, that's the essence of folding pressing this part again. So you can see the crease line I have at the center of this facing. So let's keep this facing aside and let's work on the piping for the neckline. So get a fabric and then take the end and fold it like so. You want this part to be a bit stretchy. Do not make the mistake of cutting a straight fabric. Your fabric must be cut on a bias. Okay, your fabric must be cut on a bias. So now, in this video, I made mention that the neckline for my son is 14 inches. So what you are going to do here is you make sure that your neckline, the piping you are cutting out, is more than that 14 inches. So here I'm marking 1¼ on this fabric. Don't do more than 1¼ minimum 1 inch, maximum 1¼ So I think I will check the length I have here, but just make sure that it's at least 2 inches or 3 inches longer than your neck measurement. So in the sewing video, we are going to see how we are going to couple all of this together. So you can see. So now I'm going to open this piping up, and now I'm going to fold it like so. Make sure that the two ends is touching each other. Make sure that the two ends is touching each other like so. Don't overlap it. So in tailoring, you must make use of your iron while sewing. This is very important. It's one of the attributes of a neat tailor. The finishing that ironing gives your outfit is top notch. So now I'm going to take my hemming gum and I'll place it at the center. You can see what I'm doing. I'll place it at the middle of this my facing, of this my piping, and I'm going to give this a good press. Please do not skip this hemming gum part. Don't say I don't have hemming gum, I'll do it like that. You must buy your hemming gum and use it. You can see everything is laying flat. So now the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to take this part of one end and I'm going to overlap it like so. I'll make sure that this piping, as I'm folding it, it does not get to the end. It does not get to the end. So there's a reason why this did not get to the end. Please follow instructions so that your outfit can come out neat and perfect. So once I'm done giving this a good press, we are going to move over to the sewing process. Okay, we are going to move over to the sewing video. Please make sure you watch the sewing video so that you get to learn how to couple all these things that we have done. Okay, we'll couple them in the sewing video. So thank you so much guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.